Is it a guarantee that there will be a fourth stimulus check? Permanent raises to monthly benefits like Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB benefits, as well as other stimulus programs for people who are low income. Those are actually some really good questions which I want to address in this video, so let's get right into it. But before we do, if you haven't done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your daily voice and your daily advocate as we're back every single day keeping you updated with all this information, answering questions, and doing anything we possibly can to get the attention of Congress and anybody else who will possibly listen so that they will recognize that low-income individuals as well as fixed income need additional raises to benefits and stimulus checks to help everybody get by during this very difficult time. All of us know it's the low-income and fixed-income individuals who are being pinched the most right now with everything going on. So we want to raise more attention and do anything we possibly can to make sure that we get those benefits for everybody right here in the community, as well as millions of other Americans around the country right now who really need that extra support. So thank you so much for your support here on the channel. I truly appreciate it. The more people we have, the more impact that we have going forward. So thank you once again. Feel free to share this video or any others right here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media. All right, so this is actually a really, really good question. I've come across this a number of times over the last couple days here. Maybe something came out. I'm not really sure where this is coming from, but I've seen a number of comments saying, so it's guaranteed, right? This is a guaranteed, it's a done deal. It's just a matter of time until we actually get it into our accounts, right? Well, let's actually back up for just a second here. Before we get ahead of ourselves a little bit, let's actually discuss where we are for just a second so we can better understand where we are and what's coming in the near-term future here, and then where we can stand as far as going forward with all of this that we discussed at the beginning of the video, as far as a fourth stimulus check, permanent raises to benefits, and all of these other stimulus programs and potential money and or resources for low-income individuals. Now, here's the thing. As of right now, we know that Congress is still puttering their way through these couple packages, right? So we do know a little bit more about this massive $3.5 trillion package. And combined with the other one, we're over $4 trillion between the two packages. But just because there's all that money in there, we don't completely know what this $3.5 trillion is going to be spent on. Here's the thing. Over the last couple days, or let's just say about a week or so now, we've actually been getting a lot more details on what they actually want to include. As of right now, it is still kind of just a bunch of ideas that are all clustered together in kind of just floating around in the air. Other than that, there is no formal text when it comes to this $3.5 massive trillion package, which, as I've said before, it could actually balloon all the way up to about $5.5 trillion, as some people are estimating. So even with all these trillions and trillions of dollars of spending, okay, that's good, but here's the thing. We need to find a home for all that money, right? Whose pockets should we put it into, right? Whose bank accounts wants a little bit of that money? Well, I don't know about you, but I'll certainly take a little bit. I'll take one for the team, and I guess I'll take $1 trillion or $2. Man, only if you make me, I suppose I can do that for everyone. But anyway, seriously, we need to find a home for all that money. In other words, it's only a matter of time until we get more people coming out with all of their ideas and their agendas and everything else that they want to do to spend this money. Surprisingly, this is not surprisingly, I was being sarcastic, Bernie Sanders just so happens to be one of the main people coming out right now with all of the plans and initiatives as far as how he wants to spend this money. I am not surprised by that at all, because Bernie Sanders is somebody who kind of, he's been around for a while. He knows what's cooking, right? He's always kind of leading the pack, if you know what I mean. So he's kind of always at the leading end of things. He's always kind of getting things done. That's why I've said before, if anybody is going to come out and announce a fourth stimulus check, I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be Bernie. He's just one of those people that is constantly on top of everything right now. But anyway, let's look at this. I just want to show you this. I've showed you this many, many times now, but I have all these different letters and everything here, right? We've talked about these, the letters from the representatives in the House, the letter from the senators, the letter from the House Ways and Means. We have all these different letters and proposals. But here's the thing. Just because we have all of that information on the table right now, does that guarantee that there will be a fourth stimulus check? permanent raises to benefits, as I mentioned earlier, or all of these other stimulus programs for anybody who's low income, fixed income, or just stimulus programs in the first place? The simple answer would be no. No. Unfortunately, there is no guarantee of anything. Seriously. So again, I don't want to make it sound like, oh man, we have to give up. No, we are not giving up. Not one bit. We will not give up on this. The reason is, even with all of this trillions of dollars that they have of spending here, there's more than enough room in there for them to add a stimulus check into the package. I mean, if they wanted to, they could add multiple. They could do recurring. They could do all kinds of fun things in there. There's so much extra money in these packages that they could absolutely do that. But just because we have all of these letters and all of this other stuff right here, that does not necessarily guarantee anything. Until it is formally proposed and actually added into the text, then it's still not a guarantee until it's literally passed through the House, passed through the Senate, and signed by the president, I guess. Then it turns into law, and then, yeah, it's pretty much a guarantee at that point, right? But until then, pretty much nothing is a guarantee. Now again, please don't get discouraged by this. This is why we continue to come back every single day. It's why we continue to talk about this. It's why I continue to do so much research every single day on all of this, and why I keep reaching out to Congress, because this is our window that we have right here, right now in front of us to get this done. Our window is kind of closing. Once the window closes, well, sorry, business is closed, right? So we got to do business right now while the window is still open, because once it closes, that's it. It's kind of done when it comes to stimulus checks. We don't know how long the window is going to be open, though. That's the thing. However, we do know one thing. The window will be closing for sure at the midterm elections, right? We don't know what's going to happen there, but if Democrats happen to lose any seats in the Senate or just a couple seats in the House of Representatives, that's it. It's game over. You know what I mean? It is 100% game over. So I guess that would be a guaranteed time when the window would be closing. But here's the thing. Between now and then, there's probably even another smaller window, as in with these two packages here. Are there going to be more after this? Well, we do have some people saying, like progressives, who have been saying things like these are just down payments, which would make us think there's probably going to be more multi-trillion-dollar packages coming. But we don't really know any details on all that. That's way out in the future. I mean, that's probably going to be next year, realistically. Highly doubt it's going to be this year, because they're going to spend a lot of the rest of this year just trying to figure out this $3.5 trillion package. You know, the rest of the details on this. So I'm not quite sure where these questions have come from as far as this guarantee, that it's for sure a guarantee. I just want to say nothing is a guarantee at this point. This is why we need to continue to nurse this whole thing. I mean, it's literally, that's what it's where we're at right now. We literally need to continue nursing these ideas and making sure that, you know, we're kind of taking care of it, because if we drop the ball or if we give up on this, we might as well just write it off and just say, well, it was fun while it lasted, but probably not going to happen anymore. So we need to stay on top of this. Not so much you necessarily, but me. That's why I am back every single day doing all this stuff, and why I've asked you to support this channel, because the more people that we have here, the greater the influence and impact that we have going forward, especially as we call out to all these people of influence saying, hello, we need some additional benefits and or resources and or permanent raises, all of this stuff. So we're crossing our fingers. There's a lot of evidence out there right now suggesting that all of this will actually happen, that we continue to talk about, but nothing's a guarantee until it is literally signed up and passed. But until then, all we can continue to do is just continue to remind, continue to push, and continue to do anything we possibly can to let them know that there are millions of people out there in this country who need this additional support during this time, if that makes sense. So, hope that answers your questions for those of you who've been reaching out. Again, not really sure where this came from, but it was kind of weird how I got a number of comments reaching out saying, it's guaranteed? No, not yet. Nothing's a guarantee yet, you know? So, I'm certainly not going to say it's a guarantee. I mean, once it's passed by everybody and signed by the president, then I'll say, you know, we can probably say it's pretty much a guarantee now, okay? You know, but until then, no, I am not going to tread around with that word. I'm not going to throw that one around right now. So, yeah, I think this is still a very critical time right now that we're in, and we need to be, on top of everything very closely here. So, thanks again for your support. I really appreciate it. And again, I hope this helps you. For those of you who have been asking and throwing this around, But make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, share this with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other nearly 1,400 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.